Some people think that they can, and some of you guys can sit down and read. What happens for some of us when we sit down and read?
Fall asleep.
Yes, we go right back to school. Well, I'm trying to get an A, right? So let me go into my little desk, you know, because of course it's what? It's like a big, you know, for all actors, like a big empty door that you converted into a desk, right? And you're sitting down there and you're like, I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna do my homework. I'm gonna do the 2 hours. I'm gonna turn off my phone. God forbid. I keep going. You notice that's gonna be a repeating theme for a second. Turn off your phones, right? Disconnect and keep your focus, right? Now, the minute we start to do that, we start to work towards an A, right? Work towards getting a good grade. And you get to remind yourself your homework can look like whatever you want it to look like. So I tell people, get up, read, move around. As you're reading and moving around, what can automatically start to happen?
Behavior.
Well, you start to absorb what? What you start to see for the character. You start to somehow, if you do it enough and practice it enough, you somehow can start to take on behaviors that you were seeing. So that your brain doesn't necessarily know to identify how to identify these attributes, but your body is in connection to it. Once your body is in connection to it, you get to trust that there are elements that are already in you. Do you get me? Without evaluating whether these choices are right or wrong. So that's how come standing up and reading can help in the creation of character. Now, in this technique, there are three things that we think are absolutely necessary. One is intimacy, and we define intimacy as in-to-me-see. It literally is that simple. Something inside of the character that you are living must come out, must be sent. Okay? Right now, I'm sending you an energy. What's this energy I'm sending you?
Enthusiasm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not anymore. What's this energy? So enthusiasm is one. What else?
Passion.
Passion, two. What else? I'm hoping that maybe some of you learn. God forbid. God forbid. Education's three. What else?
Inspiration.
Huh?
Creativity.
Creativity, inspiration. It's energy that's being sent out. If I was just sitting up here talking, it might be funny. Some of you actually did fall asleep, so maybe it might be funny, but it would definitely be boring, right? Even when you are just being, what you always want to remember, and this is what separates acting from reality, as the men have brought up before. In reality, we are scared to send things, even though we do anyway, right? We are scared to send things, so therefore we put on a mask. We put on a mask that either normalizes us or tries to normalize us or tries to get us to where we want to go. When we're on stage or in front of a camera, we have to send to keep what moving forward? Story. No story stays like a flat line. None. It all bends and curves around what? Who you are and what? What you want and what life has happened to you. And therefore we get this thing called an arc. Right? Arcs come out of how life happens, unpredictably, in connection to experiences, in connection to intentions and desires and wants. And as Sam said earlier, the real of our humanity, right? That's why it bends. Do you get me? Because there's moments, no life happens like this, like a triangle. If it did, what would happen?
Dead.
Well, even worse, we would all know the future, right? Because all we have to do is get here and be like, well, my life's coming to an end soon. What's going to, this downwards thing is just going to be right there. Right? Just on a downward slope. Right? Here, we're like, oh, okay, we get to a point of our lives here, and then we go, oh shit. Oh, that kind of happened. That kind of made me level. And then this is coming here, and this is coming here, and this. See, because this semicircle means that what?
Circle.
Yeah. It's unending life. It keeps going. A triangle does what?
Feet.
Cuts off. Cuts off. You know, and a friend of mine said to me, this is why I took AP Calculus. Because when you look at a circle, and you look at the definitions of all these things that happen to us in these specific moments, because all a play or a movie is a bunch of moments. It's not actual life. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so you go through these things, right? And then all of a sudden, instead of concluding, what ends up happening? It keeps going.
You transition.
Absolutely. This would mean that it stops and then we're flatlined and we're dead, right? And interesting, even if you don't believe in God or don't have any belief in an afterlife, you still know that your character's life, even if they are alive at the end of the piece, kept going. It kept going. It did not stop. And this is the genius of what an art gives. It lives in story. It allows you to move forward constantly. Okay? Now, in the connection of intimacy, right? How does intimacy participate in story? And all you have to do is think of Donald Trump. We're going to bring Trump up a lot. Because this is some wonderful, wonderful mystery and horrible nature of America. He symbolizes a lot to me. Okay? So what story did he sell that got to people's intimacy?
You're being taken advantage of.
Fear.
Say that again, Dion.
You're being taken advantage
You are being taken advantage of, and therefore you should be scared. Scared. Your life could be taken over by black, female, transgender women. Do you want that? Do you want a whole country of brown? Right? That's a dangerous thing.
Or Mexican.
Or Mexican. Or gay, or transgender. Do you want them? And he calls them special interests. Do you want these special interest people to take away Coca-Cola, McDonald's, you know, Christmas? Do you want to take away Christmas and the little baby Jesus? Do you want to take away baby Jesus? No. So I'm going to sell a story that comes out of whose fear? His own. And I'm going to make sure it is transmitted in all these horrible, difficult, but exciting ways. One is this thing through Twitter. Twitter became his intimacy. It's a way that he could show what was going on inside of him, right? And he did this constantly. He still does. If you open Twitter right now and see a comment, no, that comes from the bowel of himself. They have tried to take away his phone. They have tried to block his Twitter. Has Donald J. Trump said yes? No, I will still tweet like it is his God-given right. Because it is an intimacy that he can share. That he was never able to share with his father. That he was never able to share with his wives. And that he still is unable to share with his children. But the one place he can share it with is with us. The world.